who's in danger of losing playing time in the Cowboys secondary following off-season additions. Kristi Scales SportsDayOne Cowboys safety might be in for a reduced role, but it might not be who you think it is. If the Cowboys draft a safety pretty high, I know that most of Cowboys Nation is thinking it will affect Jeff Heath the most. Heath will likely already be competing with newly signed veteran free agent George Iloka for the starting job at strong safety. But the guy whose roster spot may be most vulnerable is Kevin Frazier. Frazier was a demon on special teams in 2017, especially on punt coverage. But his production in coverage dropped off in 2018. Frazier was truly a difference-maker on game day in 2017 thanks to his coverage skills. He did not have that kind of impact in 2018. He also played only 18% of defensive snaps in 2018. He was not as big a factor in the rotation as the previous season. Where Frazier has the advantage over Heath is financially. Frazier will count only $745,089 versus the 2019 cap. Heath costs much more money, $2.95 million in 2019. That's a lot of money for a safety who doesn't start. Heath's dead cap hit in 2019 would be $450,000. Would the Cowboys trade up in this draft? Potential trade-up scenarios. Brad Austin the Landry hat. Would the Cowboys be willing to trade up, and what scenarios are they potentially looking at to pull it off? Second round upgrade to pick 58, 320 points. The 364 points at stake would land a selection between 54 and 56. Houston owns picks 54 and 55. They part ways with the lesser one in an agreement not to choose Dallas' desired player. New England holds pick 56 and likes to deal. Sacrificing a fourth-round selection to move up 2 to 4 spots seems foolish. Yet even slight moves early on can make the difference in securing an instant upgrade. Cowboys Draft Digest: 5 cornerbacks who fit Dallas DB archetype. Bob Sturm, The Athletic. The Cowboys have a specific profile in mind when targeting cornerbacks. Here are some guys in this year's draft that fit the bill. Unfortunately for everyone involved, they aren't the only team to photocopy the blueprint of this era's most successful defense. In fact, Seattle only ran the 6th most snaps of Cover 3 in 2018 according to Pro Football Focus. The Chargers, Falcons, 49ers, Cowboys and Bears ran more, with the Panthers, Chiefs, Cardinals, and Ravens very close behind. This doesn't mean they are all looking for the same long-armed 6'2" corners, but many of them are. Players with the hips and fluidity to play corner at the NFL level, as well as the desired size and length, are rare specimens, but let's see which prospects fit their criteria. Draft Show Recap: How soon is too soon for a RB? David Hellman, Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys have one of the NFL's best at running back, but they have almost nothing behind him. How soon is too soon for Dallas to draft a backup to Ezekiel Elliott? It's obvious the Cowboys have a need at running back, and their pre-draft movements reflect that. But one name stands out among the others to this point: Alabama's Damian Harris. Harris is widely considered one of the best backs in this draft class, and it's entirely possible the Cowboys would have to draft him at No. 58 if they want him. That led to a spirited debate about how soon would be too soon to draft a backup running back. Cowboys 2019 NFL Draft 3-Day: 3 players who could turn into eventual starters. Danny Phantom blogging the boys: what kind of talent can the Cowboys find later in this draft? OT, Titus Howard, Alabama State. The Cowboys aren't likely to spend any of their premium draft resources on an offensive lineman, but that doesn't mean they shouldn't go after one later in the draft if the high-upside prospect happens to be available. La'el Collins is on the last year of his contract, and although swing tackle Cameron Fleming was recently resigned, it was only for 2 more seasons. The Cowboys have a little time to work with here, and this affords them the luxury of taking a gamble on a development project. One player who might be worth the wait is Alabama State's Titus Howard. At 6 feet 5 inches and 322 pounds, Howard offers a lot of size, but he moves very well. He recorded a 5.05 40 time at the Combine, which is right up there with some of the top offensive linemen of the draft. The need for speed, Emmanuel Hall could add a lot to Cowboys offense. Jeff Kavanaugh, the Athletic's Emmanuel Hall is a dynamic deep threat with the speed to blow the roof off the defense. Adding him to an already explosive Cowboys offense could be very enticing. Having that sort of speed on the field affects a defense. Leaving a sub 4.4 receiver solo against a single defender gives your offense a chance to make a lot of splash plays. That's Emmanuel Hall. According to Pro Football Focus, Missouri quarterback Drew Lock had a 137.5 passer rating when throwing to Hall and a 100.6 rating when throwing to anyone else. He also averaged 4.14 yards per route run, which was good for second in the country, behind Andy Isabella at UMass, according to PFF. Winning downfield is his greatest strength, and no other trait is close. I do see glimpses of other things that make me hope he can become a more well-rounded player because of his physical attributes. There isn't a ton of variation in the routes that he runs, but check out this out. Cowboys draft, should you be worried about Taylor Rapp's pro day? Kevin Brady inside the Sterone of the Cowboys. Rumored safety targets didn't have such a great pro day. Should the Cowboys be worried about Taylor Rapp? Obviously, this is a disappointing time for Taylor Rapp, as a 40 in the mid 4.7s is slow for an NFL safety. But I don't think it's quite time to worry about him as a prospect just yet. Even with this lack of long speed, Rapp is still a prime strong safety candidate at the next level. I still believe Rapp can function in the box, both in short zones and against the run. He's also still a reliable tackler, and remains a sticky cover guy when asked to do it on his college tape. Where the 40 time would worry me, though, is in terms of his coverage ability translating to the NFL. And it would certainly worry me if you are trying to make Rapp your middle-of-the-field safety, or force him into a man-free role. DeMarcus Lawrence's 2019 season hinges on when he's available. David Hellman, Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys want Lawrence to get surgery, but he wants an extension before agreeing to surgery. What's next? The answer to this question will carry huge ramifications for the Cowboys in the future. Team officials have stated time and time again that they have every intention of signing Lawrence to a long-term deal. If that happens, he'll certainly become one of the league's highest-paid defenders and the focal point of the Dallas defense for the foreseeable future. But when will it happen? The longer Lawrence waits to have surgery on his shoulder, the more likely it is that he'll miss time due to injury, and Cowboys owner, general manager Jerry Jones has stated before how important Lawrence's health is to any potential contract agreement. The team traded for Robert Quinn last week, which would help them offset that problem, but it still prompts questions about what's going to happen with Lawrence. Would the Cowboys be willing to trade him, rather than be hamstrung by this contract negotiation? What could they even get for him if he isn't 100% healthy? It's a murky situation, to put it mildly, and the only people who know the full story are the two sides trying to come to an agreement. It seems plausible that Lawrence will eventually sign a long-term contract with the Cowboys, but when? And how healthy will he be when he does? How long should Cowboys fans wait before they start to worry about DeMarcus Lawrence's contract situation? Kristi Scales SportsDay. It's an uneasy feeling to be starting the offseason program in a few weeks, possibly without your best defensive player. There are folks at the Star who believe Lawrence's agent is being unreasonable when it comes to average salary and guaranteed money. As for when to worry, I think the Cowboys can still get a deal done with Lawrence. They want and need his production. But for Lawrence to have maximum impact on the 2019 season, he needs to be available for the start of the regular season. And by delaying shoulder surgery until a deal is done, the calendar date keeps getting pushed back for his return. There are still another few weeks in which he can get the operation and be ready for the season. July the 15th of May be the deadline when it comes to negotiating a long-term deal with a player that has been franchised, but in reality it's sooner than July 15th because of the situation with the shoulder. Tweet of the day: it's visit season for the Cowboys, and another player checked in on Thursday. Raised fist, Gerald Willis 3, @GW3_9, April 4, 2019.